how to build a Web3 game.
So, how to build a Web3 game by Ivan, aka Ivan on Tech, is joining us on stage, guys. CEO at Moralis. Give him a big welcome.
All right. Thanks a lot, everyone. This talk is going to be a bit more practical. We're going to discuss step by step the tools, the frameworks, technologies that you and your team can use today to start building all of this that everyone is talking about. Start building metaverse, start building GameFi, start building play to earn, because at the end of the day, we need to build. We can philosophize and talk all day long, but at the end of the day, we have to deliver. This whole industry is built by builders. So that's what we're going to talk about. So who is this for? Of course, this is for everyone who is a developer. You actually can write code. But also if you are a founder, if you have your own ideas for a GameFi, metaverse, Web3 project, and even if you are a stakeholder in an existing organization, maybe you work in tech, maybe you work in some other organization where you think that you can use Web3 to improve your current offerings, this is going to be very interesting for you as well. And the agenda will be is that, number one, we will define Web3 gaming, because there's a lot of buzzwords and it's important that we truly pin down what is Web3 gaming and how it's different from traditional gaming. We're going to examine the growth of Web3 gaming so that you understand the potential of this industry and why it's important to invest in it with your time, with your capital, with your research. And most importantly, we're going to define the Web3 gaming tech stack. So here is where it's going to be very practical and very hands-on, where I will give you certain tools, libraries, frameworks that you can use today, and then, of course, all the further learning, more resources that you can go and study after this talk. So who am I? I'm Ivan Liljeqvist. I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders of Moralis. We provide Web3 infrastructure for projects so that you can build cross-chain easy, you can build cross-platform easy, whether it is web, mobile, PlayStation, Xbox, everything that you can even imagine. We want to provide that infrastructure and make it easy. And currently, Moralis is probably one of the biggest Web3 platforms. We have over 100,000 developers using us. And GameFi is one of the most important ecosystems for us. We serve a lot of GameFi projects. So let's start with the first point on the agenda. What is Web3 gaming? We have to define it. And of course, Web3 gaming is number one, ownership. Number two, interoperability, that we can take our assets across different experiences. Number three, an opportunity to earn, just like the previous speaker spoke about here, that in many ways, we're incentivized to join the different experiences. We're incentivized to join different communities, buy, play to earn. And finally, it's about community. The fact that all this industry of Web3 has value because it's a community. If you have a CryptoPunk, I know it's a CryptoPunk. By itself, a CryptoPunk is just a JPEG, but I know it's a CryptoPunk, you know it's a CryptoPunk, the community knows there's a CryptoPunk. All value is just community. And Web3 is online value, and of course, deeply, deeply rooted in the community. The problem, though, is that for developers to build this is quite difficult. It's a very important industry because Web3 defines the future of the internet. Will we have ownership online, or will we not have ownership online? That's the big question of Web3. And Web3 has to succeed because we're living our lives more and more online. And if we don't have ownership, it's horrible. Imagine you didn't have ownership in the physical world. Well, the virtual world, the digital world is becoming as important as the physical world. And so we have to ensure that everything we talk about is easy to use, easy to build on, and easy to integrate. So when we're speaking about Web3 and Web3 gaming, we also have to understand that it's growing a lot. You look at these numbers, Axie Infinity at 2.5 million users. We have all kinds of other apps with hundreds of thousands of users. So this industry is no longer theoretical. This industry is no longer white papers or some ideas. It's very practical. And we're seeing in clear numbers that it's growing a lot, and it's really taking off. Also, you see, of course, that gaming in the context of Web3 is also very large. It's bigger than DeFi, it's bigger than any other sector within Web3. So that's why personally I'm very excited about being in Web3, building Web3, and especially Web3 gaming. So the growth is monumental. How do we start building? What are the exact tools, exact resources, exact technologies we can use? Well, GameFi and Web3 gaming, it's a continuation on the traditional gaming. So of course, we still need game engines, whether it is Unity, whether it is Unreal, Phaser, or some other game engine, we still need those technologies. And this is a big opportunity for anyone who currently works with these technologies, with these game engines, maybe as a company or as a developer. Your skills and your expertise is highly needed in this space today, right now, and you can really get fast into Web3 if you know Unity, Unreal Engine, Phaser, or any other gaming-related traditional technology. Next, you have to integrate the ownership, you have to integrate the NFTs, you have to integrate different blockchains, and here you have this whole tech stack of different solutions. So after game engines, to the right of the game engines, you see the APIs. The APIs, they can provide you the data. So for example, someone logs into your game, you need to know what NFTs they have. How do you know that? You need to use either your own node that you have to run yourself and have a whole backend team doing that for you. So that's one alternative. Or you can use an API provider. Whether it's Moralis or QuickNode or Covalent or the Graph, there are many different kinds of data providers. And that's the first layer in the tech stack of Web3 gaming that is above just the game engine, to get the on-chain data, to get it in real time, to get it cross-chain, and to ensure that you can trust it, to ensure that you can trust that the data you get is up to date, that it is consistent, and that you can easily integrate it into your tech stack. And that is where we start speaking about the Web3 backend. Because just using the APIs, you have to have the experience, the expertise, and the know-how how to integrate the full stack. And the full stack beyond just the API is, for example, the user authentication. If someone logs into your application using MetaMask or using Phantom Wallet, how do you establish a web session? How do you establish a cookie in their browser so that you can interface with your backend as you would normally? So that's something that Moralis provides, and that's something also that you can build yourself on your own. Next is cross-chain identity. If a user comes into your game with a Solana wallet, and then another user comes with a MetaMask wallet, how do you make them work? How do you make them interoperate in your experience? What if a user has a Solana wallet, a MetaMask wallet, and some other wallet that they use? How do you integrate them into one single user profile? You can build it yourself, but it's also something that we specialize on a lot. And finally, beyond the Web3 backend, you do have the integrations. The Web3 SDKs that you can plug and play into Unity game engine, that you can plug and play into Unreal Engine and other environments, other runtimes. So here is where you have Moralis, you have ChainStack, and other such SDKs, which make it easy for you from the game engine, from the Phaser, from the Unity, from the Unreal Engine to quickly tap into all of these functionalities, all of these features, without building them out yourself. And normally, these are open source. So we at Moralis, we contribute a lot to open source, and normally, this part of the stack will be fully open source. The Web3 backends are mostly open source. Web3 APIs are normally not open source because it's a data. It's not some kind of software, it's more data. And game engines are sometimes open source. Phaser, for example, is open source. Unity, Unreal are not open source. So to get practical, if you want to start learning today, whether you're a founder, you want to get an idea how this technology works so you can hire the correct people, or if you are a developer and you want to start experimenting, you can go to moralis.io/learn Unity. you're gonna find this whole playlist of free courses, how you can learn step by step from scratch, even if you don't know anything. And you will build your whole knowledge library about the entire Web3 gaming space. So it's very practical. We push a lot of content because we believe that this education should be free, because for us, it's an existential question. Will Web3 succeed? Will internet have ownership rights, or will internet not have ownership rights? This is the question we're all speaking about. And knowledge sharing, information sharing is key, and you can learn for free if you go to moralis.io/learn-unity. And we show everything from building your own metaverse, from building something like RuneScape or World of Warcraft, but based in the Web3 technologies. We show you how to send Web3 transactions within your game engine so you can quickly get up and going, how to do multiplayer games, and so on and so forth. So thanks a lot for watching and listening. Happy to meet all of you here. If you want to keep talking even after this event, join our Discord. I'm in Discord all the time. Our whole team is in Discord all the time by going to moralis.io/mage. And thanks for AIBC for organizing, and great pleasure. Thanks a lot, guys.